I recently completely remodeled my bathroom and I wanted to show you all how I went from this to this. Welcome back to The Paint People, and although we talk about all things painting, we also talk about all things decorating. So although we're going to touch on paint color in this video, we're also going to talk about all the different steps I took when designing my new bathroom, from the tile choices to the paint colors and even the towels. Hopefully you'll get some insight into my thought process when putting something together from scratch, and my hope is you can take away at least one thing for your own design endeavors. If you like that, like the video, let's get started. So it was really fun sharing my kitchen renovation I did with you all, and it was really cool to see the variety of opinions on what I ended up doing. But to be honest, the largest project was actually my bathroom. It's not like it was completely horrific to begin with, but we had the opportunity to start a clean slate with it, rather than the kitchen cabinets, which was just merely some paint and some new hardware. The bathroom, on the other hand, was completely gutted. Everything that was there was demolished, and apart from changing up the locations of where the plumbing would be, it was a total gut job. So let's go back in time and talk to James of the past and listen in on how I came up with the paint color for the walls and ceilings. Okay, so we're in the bathroom right now, and the wall behind me is kind of a nice representation of the colors that were here. And right away, when we saw this wall, we knew we wanted to go lighter. My first impulse was to go a little bit of a light tea green or something sort of coastal, maybe a touch of turquoise. So let's get the fan deck and see what we got. This is just some primer I put on to cover up some plastering I did. So right now, this is the OC or Off-White collection of Benjamin Moore, which I think I kind of want to stick to for the most part. I was talking to my fiance and we were sort of looking at some of these greeny grayish colors, which I love at first, but it was until we actually brought it over to the tiles that were going to be here, we realized it wouldn't really look so hot. So already we kind of disqualified anything that was greeny. We also didn't want to go too cool, even though our tiles that we went with are on the cooler side of things, because the wall tiles we went with, if you saw on Instagram, we actually went with something that's warmer, and the grout we chose has a warmer tinge too. So that's kind of what we want to do to tie everything together. When you're picking a color for a room, you have to figure out what are you trying to accomplish with that color. Do you want it to stand out, or do you want it to sit in the background and be a neutral canvas where it just works and is kind of a glue color that binds everything together?
3 weeks later.
So here we have the finished painted bathroom. As you can see, we ended up going with a color that really tried to tie everything together rather than become an accent. Dove Wing seemed like the perfect color to use for everywhere else. We of course went with Aura Bath & Spa Matte, so it has this beautiful flat finish, not the shiny finish that a lot of bathrooms from yesteryears have. And because the color was light enough, we wanted to expand the space a bit by continuing the color up onto the ceiling as well. We have Dove Wing on the walls and the ceiling, and it just created a really cohesive look. Dove Wing just seemed great to me because we have some warmer touches in the wall tiles and some cooler touches on the floor tiles. And I always feel that Dove Wing is such a great transitional light grayish color that can tie both of those things together. Another reason we didn't want to go too bold with the wall color was because we had some pops of the matte black on all the fixtures. We're obsessed with matte black right now, like a lot of people are, even around this glass door. Add glass to your showers. I swear, it just makes everything look so much more posh. And although you do need to keep it clean and get a squeegee handy, it really does pay dividends in the long run. And also, even in the bathtub itself, we actually have some black fixtures as well, just to keep everything consistent. And the overflow here was actually not black. It was just a basic chrome finish. And that's because of the supply shortage that was happening, and I'm sure a lot of you people are aware of it. So we decided to make our own matte black overflow by spray painting it. We just got some waterproof, heat-resistant spray paint. We did a couple coats of it, and it's lasted us a couple months now. So sure, there might come a time where I gotta recoat, but I'm willing to do that so we can keep that matte black everywhere look. We decided to go matte black on the legs as well for the vanity and the linen tower, just to add another pop of it, because the tiles themselves are pretty muted, so it's nice to have those little accented edges with the black. Really digging this sort of faux concrete type of finish on the vanities. And yes, all of these do light up, which is a nice little handy feature, especially when you turn out the lights. Pretty cool, right? Instead of getting an overhead vanity lighting setup like what was here originally, we went with pot lights. Good old pot lights. And these ones are programmable, so you can adjust the Kelvin value. So we went with a pure white one. And I kind of like to do that as much as possible because it doesn't really impact the wall color as much. It's more of a neutral white light rather than yellow incandescent or blue fluorescent. So we really like this. And we love that there's one in the shower as well. You can just be illuminated while you're doing your rub-a-dub-dub. We all know I love the spotlight. Overall, really pleased with how everything came together. We even carried over our kitchen cabinet color stone hearth onto our doors. We might replace these in the near future, but just as a temporary measure to add some cohesion from one space to the next, we did that. But I still missed the sage green, the turquoise, that spa-like feel. And although we have a little pop of it in the towels, we just needed a little bit more to satisfy my craving. So let's go grab a few things. Ooh, there we go. That's sometimes all you need. So even though I really love the green color in bathrooms, and I always talk about that spa-like feel, I achieved it with just a few accessories and a soap dispenser, matching garbage can, and this really comfy orthopedic rug. I'm a huge fan. Even our towels has a little bit of it. Wall color doesn't always need to reflect the color that you're really into or want to incorporate in your design. In this case, Dove Wing just became a canvas color that tied everything together that was already here. And then you just get pops of an alternative color in the green in your accessories. That way, if we do get bored with this sort of theme, we can just change out a few of these little things, put something else in. We don't need to worry too much about painting the walls again. Because Aura Bath & Spa, premium pricing. Now, of course, this design choice was my choice. It suits my preferences. It doesn't mean it should be replicated, and it probably won't suit a lot of your tastes, but that's the wonderful thing about this business, this industry, and this community. So many different tastes and perspectives. Let me know what you think in the comment section below because I'm really curious to hear your feedback. See you on the next one.